Nah. Nah. What the mother? I didn't click update. There it is. Episode 29.
Oh my god. The show's so old now, like nobody's even gonna wanna watch it. That's what I think every time I get older. It's like shit, now nobody's gonna wanna be my friend or like me or wanna do anything with me because I'm old.
Aw,
I know.
that's so depressing.
That's what life is, a series of depressing events.
Is it?
One by one by one.
Interesting. That is not the topic tonight. What's up, Zafira?
Hey Zafira, what's going on?
Zafira, hook it up with some feedback on the levels if you would. Both the voices,
Mostly mine.
mostly hers. And some music.
Exactly.
Oh no, not quite music like that, I guess.
Like
I wish
that?
I could figure out how to do this so you could hear like what's going on. Like when
I can't, just stop talking. Wait.
Yeah, but like ages later.
I can't hear anything.
I tested your headset.
I know, I can hear you in Skype, but I can't hear anything.
Oh,
I'm not hearing this either.
okay.
That's weird.
Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, they hear us. They say you're echoing.
Uh-oh. Echo. Oh my god, it's Star Mike. Legendary man of stars.
Star Mike! Let's see. I think I can fix them. That should fix the echoing. Yeah, go ahead, test it out. Say a little something.
Mike, we need to go for burritos soon. Cause it's that time again. It's that time again for burritos. To eat them.
Thanks, Sophia. What's up, Star Mike? Feedback on the sound after the adjustments, if you would please.
Adjustments. Making adjustments to my bulge in my pants.
Making my way downtown.
Making my way down to Chinatown, which is what I call my crotch. Because it's down to Chinatown. You know?
What?
Got some egg rolls in there.
What?
I don't know. Hey, Alejandros, what's going on?
More like a reverb.
Yeah, it's all fucked up, you guys. You know why? Because I took this mic to Canada and now it's all fucked up.
I don't understand why you would have... Hold on.
It's Friday, driving home on Friday.
I don't know. Oh, Zafira.
Ooh, he just got
Good lord.
You guys should lick Thorn more often. I know that he probably likes it. I mean, we don't talk about stuff like that, but I have a feeling. Do you guys want to see what I'd look like if I had a fake nose ring? Also, probably what I'd look like if I had a real nose ring? What do you think? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm pissed I've got a nose ring. Hey.
It's kind of hard to
Wipe it off
see.
my fingers. Hey. Hey. My bottle looks already way too big for me to have. What about if it's like a on the side kind of deal?
Still a little reverby. I can't understand why that would be.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay. Adjusting my mic a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, Zafira, you got me. You got me. I didn't see that one coming.
Did you put them in here? Ah.
Both the input and the output. Yeah, it's not though. So I don't know. Is the problem. Yeah, only on this. She's not on the input and output.
I'm trying to put this into my eyebrow fat. It's not working. My eyebrows are fat enough.
Make your eyebrows fatter. Fatter brows. Fatter brows.
I'm trying.
Let me change my mark angle a little bit. See if that helps a little bit. Give us some more, Fist. We're still testing.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Did you ever see sunglasses like these? Lit as fuck. I wish they said
Litafa? Litaf?
Yeah. Lataf. Lataf. Yeah, a Lataf. Ah. I had some other glasses. I was wearing them on 420 and surprise, surprise, I don't know where I put them. Huh. Huh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Damn it. Thank you, Sivets. Sivets? Sivats?
Savat?
Sivot? What is the correct pronunciation?
Savat.
I would like to get the pronunciation right,
I would too.
especially since you're so helpful.
Yeah. I appreciate helpfulness. Like... Fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
This said it, yeah, but this said like a bunch of them.
Savat.
Savat?
Savat.
Savat.
Ah oui, mon ami. Mon frère.
I think the angle is helping
Je
a little
t'aime.
bit, but that means it's way over here. Ooh, okay. Can you guys hear the music?
I can't.
I know you can't.
Oh, okay. You weren't asking me. That's fine. That's kind of...
You're not you guys.
Aw. Why can't I be included?
You guys.
Nice.
Try now what? Try what now? Oh shit. Oh shit.
There's something like really cool to talk about tonight, actually, by the way.
What's up, guys? What's up, Regalthus? Regalthus? Yeah, okay. Fist, can you do a little talking?
So,
Give him a little,
this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
No, it's not.
Oh. Tonight, we're going to talk about, I don't want to say strange or weird fetishes, but just fetishes that aren't, I don't want to say normal
Let's say
either.
outlandish.
No, not even that, really. Uncommon, perhaps.
There you go.
Maybe. But then again, like, what do we even know? Like, what is a common fetish and what isn't?
Okay, then let's just call it fetishes.
Okay, but not
Extreme
your...
fetishes?
Yeah, maybe no. The ones that you
Why
don't
not?
generally hear about. How about that?
Wouldn't that make him extreme?
No.
Hidden fetishes? Extreme. You gotta do something like burping into the mic when Star Mike is on because it drives him crazy because he's a radio professional. And radio professionals don't do such things.
I was
So
in radio for a hot second.
yeah, but we've been through this. We are not professional. Homie, I'm professional. Snack time. All right. But you got to tell us what you get when you come back.
Yeah, I really want to know. I just tried some ice cream. It was really good. So I'm on this BlizzCon diet, but like this ice cream, I just like I had to try it. So I'm gonna like try to not eat it all at one time. It's gonna be really difficult.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Small.
Bitter young Allie, is that your name? Star Mike says he's gonna start a new show called Starman After Dark, where he farts and burps while drunk.
I would watch that and donate money to that.
I would take part in that. I would be an
really
active
don't
participant.
Have any money. I would go out and stand on the corner to make money to contribute to that. But you'd have to change your name to Mark so it could be Star Mark After Dark.
Star Mark? Star Mark?
Mark After Dark. Big Mark After Dark. After Dark.
Alejandro's always down. Always supporting. All right, we're actually ready like 5 minutes.
Give attention. No.
But I didn't care. Came down on me, the wicked.
You guys see that video?
What's up, Draven?
Eddie Vedder was like so intense in that video. Like he's,
What's up, Michael
he's got
Bahara?
these, like okay. Eddie Vedder is a gorgeous man. We all know,
I mean, yeah.
Gorgeous, and he's only getting better with age, honestly. And the best part about that is like he looks kind of the same because he's kind of got the same hair from the 90s as he does like now.
He does?
And, yeah.
I need to look this up.
It's kind of long and rugged, if you will. And he still wears like the flannel, the grunge kind of stuff, but a little more updated. But his face has gotten hotter because that's what happens with dudes. They just get hotter with age. It's not fair, Like I wish women got hotter with age because then I wouldn't be so fucking terrified of continuing living.
It's hard to Google image search like a recent photo, you know what I mean?
Did you just type in like recent photo?
I did, but there's not, his hair is not very long in a lot of these.
Well, maybe he got it, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, fine looking man. And it's just only getting better. Remember when he did like all of those songs for that movie?
Yeah.
What's that movie called? Into the Wild?
Tarzan?
No, that was Phil Collins.
I know. I was
Is that the fine-looking man you're thinking of? Because I think you're barking up the wrong tree there, bud.
Is this it?
Give me a second.
Give it like 30 seconds for the stream to catch up to you.
If you put up a picture of Phil Collins, I'm be distressed. Yeah. See, it's still fairly long. It's not as long as it was, but sorry about my hair, you guys. It was up in a bun all day, and it was still kind of wet, and then it got rained on, and then I just let it loose, and this is... And I can, like, pile it up on top of my headset from behind and make it look like I have really stupid giant hair. What's going on?
Thanks, Draven.
And he's like, whoa, oh, oh. And he's just like, his eyes are popping out. The topic tonight is,
It is fetishes.
Yeah, but like fetishes that you don't hear about very often. Yes. Pearl Jam on SNL was great, and the MTV Unplugged. Oh my God, so good. The only Unplugged better than Pearl Jam, in my opinion, was
Oasis.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Alice in Chains. Oh my God, it's Alice in Chains in their prime. Lane is still alive, obviously, and it's just sort of like, it's the best example of how versatile that band really was and is. They're still going strong, but like, oh my God, Alice in Chains in their prime, you guys, like, they weren't a huge band, but like the sound that they got out of like the few guys in the band that they did have at the time was incredible. And like the thing about Alice in Chains is like it was grunge, but it transcended that, like there was like a softness, there was like the vocal harmonies, the meaning behind the songs and everything. And like Unplugged just sort of puts that all on display. Like, it makes it very transparent. It's just Lane's vocals. Anyway, I will stop talking about this.
Yeah,
because
we have to.
Talking about it.
We have to go off so we can come back on.
Right. Oh, but Dirt is such an awesome record. Okay.
Okay, guys, we will be right back with the show. Whoa, welcome back, everybody. It's been a bit, but we are back with LB's stream episode 29. Welcome back, Fist.
Oh, thank you.
Is that what's that shirt? What do you got there?
Dalaran University.
Sweet.
Dalaran kind of disappears under my boob shelf.
Yeah,
though,
you know.
as so many things do.
I mean, Dalaran's kind of shaped like that, so.
Yeah, well, sometimes Dalaran does disappear, so I'm just saying.
So welcome back, everybody. It is Friday night.
It's Friday night.
And I feel all right. Party there on the west side.
Yep, you took it there. So, hello.
So I reached for my 40.
Of course. When I was just a lowercase g. I don't know. Hi, we missed
Such a
last
good line.
week, but we were on Azeroth Roundtable last week, I think. I mean, it was 420, so who even knows what was going on that night? I don't know.
That was a crazy night.
It was good, though. So, welcome, everybody. I just want to preface this with sort of explaining what this is. This is the Lagging Balls stream. This is where we talk about random shit that we just feel like talking about. But we are the Lagging Balls podcast. We talk about Blizzard games every week. Our latest episode will be coming out this weekend, probably Sunday, maybe. We have done like 2 sort of interviewee shows in the past 2 weeks, and we're really looking forward to getting back to our regular scheduled program. So if you've been missing that, if you're not, we're coming back. But
with
again,
a vengeance.
We talk about Blizzard games, but on Friday nights, we just hang out with you guys and talk about weird shit, because we also like to do that so much. So, tonight, we are going to be talking about fetishes, just because, you know, it's an interesting subject, and literally what we did, or what I did, was look up uncommon fetishes, or at least fetishes that people don't often talk about, or, like, fetishes that people like don't talk about as much as they do, like, you know, the ones we always hear about, like
a foot fetish.
Foot fetish.
Did you lead with poo fetish just now?
Yeah.
The ones that we talk about often. I guess the ones you and I talk about often. Of course, the ones that Lagging Balls would talk about often.
Yeah. But I just, another preface right here is that we do not judge. We're not trying to make fun of people. We're just trying our best to, like, you know, look at these without an educated opinion on these, and just sort of like speculate what that might be like and what these things might entail. But we're not judging anybody here. If you happen to have some of these fetishes, like, that's cool, whatever. Do what you like, as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people. Lagging Balls is a-okay with it. And that includes animals. Don't hurt those either. But everything else is fine. And if you're consenting adults, you're consenting with yourself, it's all good.
Right.
So now
and
that
you're
that's
consenting with us, because we consent to it all.
yes. So now that that's been said, let's look at these. So I haven't looked at these yet, and they're all in alphabetical order. So I'm literally just like rolling the scroll rolly thing, and I'm gonna stop at 1. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Nasolingus, Nasolingus, is apparently arousal to sucking on a person's nose.
What the Okay.
It's Friday night. um, okay, so this, in the grand scheme of things, this is not that shocking, I guess. You know? Like, it's like, hey, baby, can I please suck on your nose? And
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, you were just, down there where, stuff happens. Probably less clean than up here, but yeah, sure. And it's like, I don't know, like when somebody wants to meet, you down there, one might hopefully.
Why are you holding back?
I don't know.
Are you uncomfortable?
No, I just, I'm trying to be a classy lady. So like, one might go and like clean up a little bit, like wipe up a little bit, maybe grab your wet naps, like your lemon scented wet naps or your wet ones, etc. And by the way, people, if you have people over to your house, especially dudes, if you have women over to your house, be a kind person and put some of those like body wipes in your bathroom, just for general use for people coming in to use.
Yep. Smart.
It's gonna help you. It's gonna help her. Everything's gonna be a lot better. You're gonna have a better time. Just saying. But that's just a free little tidbit from me to you. Anyway, so let's just say I was in this position. Let's just say somebody said, "Hey, Thist, we're having a nice time. Things seem to be going well between us. We've seen each other nude. Let's go down to Chinatown," as I referred to, my netheries earlier. So then this person's like getting comfortable, right? And then he's like, so I have this fetish, and I'm like, cool, what is it? And I'm going like, please don't let it be that one where you want to squash mice. Please don't let it be that.
Oh God, is that a fetish?
Oh yeah.
I'm not okay with that one.
No, that's not cool. And he's like, no. I've got nasolingus. I would really like to suck on your nose. And I would be like, yes, absolutely yes. But let me, just make sure that everything's clear, So I'd go to the washroom. You blow your nose a few times, just to get, stuff out. I might do the old, you like take the Kleenex and you stick your finger. You stick your finger under the Kleenex, and then you've got like finger Kleenex, and you just go in, with like a, just a clean sweep,
The clean sweep.
A clean sweep. And then I'd be good to go probably. And I can't see anything wrong with that. Like the only thing that might be weird is I don't know. Like if you suck too hard on somebody's nose, it's gonna get all red and probably swollen, right?
Well, I would imagine, but I mean,
that's probably okay.
But it's also an orifice that continues to create things. So even if it was clean, you know what I mean?
That's true. And like I don't know, like this list doesn't have like descriptions, like super detailed descriptions. So like I don't know, like are they sticking their nose? I mean, their tongue in my nose, like tongue
right.
here.
It's defining them. It's not like giving details, right? Yeah, I get you.
And if they had that split tongue thing, they could put it up both at the same time, and then you'd have to open your mouth. It'd be like, I can't breathe.
I just want to clarify real quick. I'm reacting, and some of these things I'm definitely going to find disgusting for me. I'm not judging. It's just me.
No judgment here. No, the cool thing about fetishes is that there's so many that everybody can just like what they like, And then it is really cool when you meet somebody who has the same one, and it's also really interesting when you meet somebody who's got a different one. It's all good here. What were we talking about? Right. So, I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind that. I would, if I liked the person, if I was comfortable with them, that would be cool. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like, so first of all, this is going to change for each one of these, but for this one, I feel like I could probably go there for someone I cared about. But I feel like that'd have to be like, we'd have to be in the L word stage, you know what I mean?
So you'd have to love somebody to let them suck on your nose.
I feel like to get like, well,
Oh my god, you suck.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna ask me to do something like outside of my comfort zone,
Is that really outside of your comfort zone? Like your nose?
I'm not comfortable with it.
Weird. Okay.
I'm not sure it's not far outside of my comfort zone because it's not that extreme in my book.
I'm not. I don't mind judging you. So.
Yes, clearly.
But still. Not judging anyone else. Just Lord. Okay. Interesting. So see, like that's so cool. Like just like something like absolutely non-consequential to me. That's something that doesn't bother me at all. Bothers you a lot, and I don't get that. But I'm going to accept that.
Good, because that's what we said we were doing for everybody who's into these things.
Well, I wasn't talking about you. Okay,
let's find a different
one. Let's find a different one. Okay, I'm scrolling. Okay, let's see. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Titilania. Titilania. Titillagnia. It is the arousal to tickling other people.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I definitely would have to be in love for that. No, I'm just kidding.
You're making
I'm
out.
kidding.
You know, everything's going well. Dude's, got his hands on you, or girl, person you're with, has their hands on you, and all of a sudden, like, they start, like, going for the armpits, or the sides, or the legs. Where else are people ticklish? That's probably the stomach,
Neck? Some of them on the neck?
Honestly, that would be fine with. I don't really like being tickled, but like, I don't know. I think there's a difference between like tickling and then tickling too much, because it kind of gets annoying after a while, and then you kind of freak out. It's just like, please stop.
Yeah, well, it's
sensation overload
it's an
kind of thing.
Overwhelming sensation, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you want to punch that person. So, like, wouldn't it suck if, like, you were getting down, everything was going great, there was like some touching going on or whatever, and then dude starts like tickling you, and you're like, okay, suddenly I am not like aroused anymore at all. Now I'm pissed off. Like, what are you doing? So, I don't know. I feel like that could be fine in small doses, especially if you really like the person, but I don't know. What about you?
Well, wait, what if they were like, how some people kind of get off by like punching someone or getting punched? That would really work with that situation you were describing then, because then you get the tickle turn on, and then it would turn into the getting punched part after that, and then you get the best of both worlds.
That's true. That would be a cohesive couple. What? So
I don't think I don't have a problem with the tickling part at all. That's easy. That's like, I don't know. I feel like this is specifically them tickling you or them tickling somebody else, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, it's at its base, like I would absolutely be open to this. That back to the whole being in love versus just having sex kind of thing. The more I cared about the person, the more I'd be willing to go further and further and further outside of my comfort zone, for sure.
I feel like that's probably universal for a lot of these things. Like, if if you don't share these fetishes with the person you're with, like, I think there's something to be said about, like, when you are in love with somebody, you can make compromises and stuff, but I don't know. Some of these will probably be more difficult to make compromises about than others.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, this one is like like something that, like, the nose thing is not very serious, right? Like, chat's giving me some shit for not wanting to do it because it's like
it's
like
not.
But because the thing is, like, if there is a disgusting factor, then you have to take that into account. You know what I mean? Like, if it's something that
some people don't see that as disgusting.
No, I understand that, but that doesn't mean that it's not disgusting to me.
Right.
So that's fine that it's not for you. I'm not saying you, but I mean for the person on the other end of that spectrum, it's fine that that's not for you, or it's fine that it's not too much for you. But I'm saying to me, it is. So, that's just as much as it is not for you, it might be for me, and you gotta take that into account as well. And especially when I think these are situations where it's it's got to be difficult, right? Like,
Right.
look at how many things you have to line up to make things work with a person. In just let's just say in like a sport fucking, sexual relationship where you're not even like necessarily in love. You're just getting together to have some good old sex because sex is awesome, right? Because there's plenty of people who just are like fuck buddies or whatever, right? So there's things that already have to line up for that. You have to be attracted to each other, That's not a given at all. You have to, you got to start there at the bare minimum. And then you have to kind of not hate each other, probably.
That helps.
Probably.
Not
Maybe not
hating
necessarily,
somebody.
but probably. And then when you have a fetish like this, it's so specific,
Right.
So something like tickling is so universal and so easy. That's something that anybody could do. It doesn't require any special equipment. You don't have to like lay down the rubber sheets first or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that's like creating a weird situation or like that you need to be in a certain mindset for. That's an easy one.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like that's super easy.
Okay. Well, let's find one a little tougher. Let's see what's going on here.
There's a good question in chat though. At what point in a relationship would you bring up that you have a fetish?
You bring it up whenever you feel comfortable. Like not before. You don't have to. It's whenever you feel comfortable with that other person. When you know that person is, when you feel like that person won't negatively judge you, then you bring it up. And I think that's fair for the other person as well, because like if it's like, something like sucking noses or worse, then that person's gonna have to know about that, and it's gonna be harder for them to digest that if they don't trust you either, because then like if they don't want their nose sucked, they're gonna be like, oh, so you're gonna try to suck my nose in my sleep? Like, what's going on here?
And the chat also makes another good point. It does depend on the fetish.
Of course.
A tickling fetish is an easy thing to talk about on the after having sex the 5th time or whatever.
Well, it just depends on like your level of comfort with the person, and like when you're in a relationship, like are you not like trying to get to a point with this person, if you like them, to where you love them and trust them and accept them for who they are? Like, isn't that like the point of a long-term relationship? So like once you get there, it does depend on the severity and the urgency of the fetish, but like it's only fair to just sort of gauge how the other person is feeling, and hopefully like you're moving towards that end goal together, and that's end goal is trust and love. And once you have those two things, you should be able to tell your partner anything, and if the partner reacts badly to that, then a couple that will work will compromise or try to understand each other and try to move forward. A couple that will not work won't do any of those things and let it either ruin the relationship, or one person might think, hey, let's not do that. Can you just not do that? Can you just not? Can you change for me, please? And that's not going to work either. So
well, doesn't that depend on, like, I feel like that makes sense, but then the more I think about it, I feel like it depends on whether that fetish is a super driver of that person, right?
Okay.
So maybe I'm really, really, really into sucking noses, and Draven won't do it for me, right? So
I'm sure he would.
But does that mean that like I'm into it and it turns me on, but it's not the thing that drives me? It's not the, like, I feel like you have to have a level of extremity in the application of it, or in how much it drives your sexual.
If this fetish is a lifestyle.
Yeah, well, that's way different. So that's the full in extreme that I think we're all making assumptions about in this conversation.
Okay.
We're all sitting here thinking like, okay, not only does this fetish exist, not only is it in this situation, but it's the only thing that person wants. It's the only thing that turns them on. It's the only way they can get off or whatever it is. And that's not necessarily always the case, right? You might have a fetish that turns you on, but it's just like a nice to have. It's not a necessity, right?
I think so. If it's to a light degree like that, then you can continue forward like a regular relationship. if it's something that drives you and it's something that's like basically a lifestyle, if not a full-blown lifestyle, that's what the internet is for. You're going to have to find somebody who is just as passionate about this as you are, because, you know, like we're all gamers. Could we perceivably be with people who don't play Blizzard games? I couldn't, because they wouldn't understand me. They wouldn't understand what I'm interested in. They wouldn't understand what I like to do with my time. They wouldn't understand my passion. It wouldn't mesh, you know? Like, when your passions or your fetishes become deal breakers, you can't expect to forge a meaningful relationship with somebody who doesn't feel the same way, because you're not going to change them. They're not going to change you. So, you know, just like, you know, somebody is really into horseback riding and has been their whole life and wants to go and do it all the time, maybe go to a horseback riding dating site, or look up, you know, people who are into horses and shit, you know, like just stuff like that. And then of course there's websites that you can talk to people with like the same predispositions as you have, you know.
Right.
Reddit is a good example. You can find anything
FetLife.
there. But yeah, so I think like
I might have my Nicolas Cage fetish, and like I'm okay with that. And like if
Yeah.
you want to be with me, you got to be okay with that.
all right, let's grab another one, shall we?
right.
I wanted to bring up this one because it caught my eye. So this is nebulophilia, nebulophilia, and I've never heard of this, but it sounds really interesting.
Wait, can I guess what it is before you describe
Sure.
it? Okay, so is
You
it
have 2 guesses.
okay? Say it again.
Shit, I don't know how to. Okay, nebulophilia.
Okay, so that is being turned on by watching astronomy events.
No.
That is being turned on by taking an asthma hit of
No.
okay, nebulizer. Okay, what is it?
It is arousal to fog.
What?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I know. Okay. Let's just think about this. So when is it foggy? Like in the morning, at night, kind of thing? Like
Yeah.
Is it rainy? And is it like, can you see fog better when it's dark?
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah, I've never really thought about fog this much before, to be honest. Oh, hey, Pat. Speaking of nebulophilia and something, I don't know. I'm sorry,
Speaking
Pat.
of dudes who know a thing or two about fog, if you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Pat knows all about fog. But anyway, so I'm assuming, you know, that if I was sexually attracted to fog, I'd be, you know, it'd be like a damp day.
Wait, is that it? You're attracted to the fog?
Arousal to fog, yes. It's like, oh shit, that fog is really doing it for me. So like, you know, it's sort of a rainy, misty day. I know it's gonna be foggy tonight. I've got my fog horn. I got the fog lights on the car.
You got your
drive out.
leghorn?
Yeah, I go out into the woods, I guess, or somewhere, and hopefully there's like a great big moon in the sky, or maybe I leave the lights on the car so I can see the fog at night, and then, you know, I'm just walking around being super aroused by all the fog, and then, you know, you trip over somebody else who is also addicted to fog, and they're, you know, on the ground jerking it.
Might
and
as
it's like,
well
"Hey,
face
buddy."
it. I'm addicted to fog.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, nice to see you. Some good fog we're having. It's pretty hot. Hot fog. Hot fog.
That
You only listen to
fog.
Foghat. That's a good band. But yeah, or I don't know. Like, I would assume that, like, since it's something that you can like surround yourself with, maybe like you would want to do it with somebody in the fog, or with yourself in the fog. Maybe you'd have a fucking fog machine at home, would you not? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
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 like maybe your house would be like continually like fogged, you know?
Do you think you'd also be into fog horns?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, do it again.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah,
Maybe because like
yeah. Dazzlingborn said, would they like to watch a girl vape or a guy? Would they, would vape turn them on? Is that fog? That's
I would imagine
kind of like fog.
The effect is close to.
What if you like fog while sucking on noses? That's fine. I don't know. I just you want to dock in the fog? Let's dock in the fog. I mean, I can't, but I wish you all the best. But yeah, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just all I do know is that if I see somebody jerking it off on a foggy night, now I'm gonna know why, and I'm gonna be like,
why?
That guy is he's aroused by fog. That's cool. And then I pull up and be like, hey, I know what you have. I talked about this. Good going, buddy. You just keep jerking off into the fog. You just go ahead. Listen, I will stop talking to you and drive away now.
I feel like it's this is another one that's like again, like I think we have to like consider each one of these in terms of like realistic scenarios, right? So like maybe this just means that this kind of person wants to live in like Seattle or someplace that's
or a swamp.
It's all ogre now.
Oh my god. Oh. Get Shrek'd. Regphilus is like, happy jerkin' fog, dude.
Happy jerkin' fog, dude.
Happy jerkin' fog, dude. Hey, man. Beep,
yeah.
Beep.
I mean, I feel like it's something that like so if you have a fetish for something, then you like are triggered in that good way, right?
Yeah.
So even if that's not your fetish and you're with somebody who's into that, another one that's easy to be like, all right, cool, unless it's like something that completely creeps out the other person, but that would have to be, an extreme situation where one's really into it and one's really not. But I feel like it would just be a matter of like living in a place that's near enough to the climate where that happens, decently enough. What?
Living in a foggy place. Hey, do you think that like people who live in foggy places are more likely to get this fetish?
I don't know.
How does this happen? How does this manifest? I don't know.
I don't know how any of these manifest because like
I need
maybe
to be
there's
more
like
smart about this. I need to study. This is really interesting.
It is really interesting, but it also makes you think. What if you do have that fetish, but you don't live in a foggy area at all, and so like
you get a fog machine off Amazon?
Yeah, but we're assuming that that's the same effect. What if it's not enough? Wait, what if it's got to be in a natural environment? What if it's got to be?
Well, then you're gonna have to go on a sexy vacation, or move.
Happy jerkin' fog, dude.
Happy jerkin' fog, dude. Okay. Let's see. Don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that. All right. Okay. This isn't okay. Psychrophilia. 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 Do you want to guess what that is?
So it is being turned on by having sex with someone who used to be crazy but is now dead.
No.
It is being turned on by people who are not right in the head.
No.
Okay. I don't know.
It is arousal to being cold and watching others who are cold.
Wow. And see, that's rough because that doesn't necessarily go with being aroused.
No. Like, in my youth, I mean, I'm still friggin' young, but like when I was younger, I
You
always
never
prided
needed anyone.
exactly. But I always prided myself on being like super nonchalant about cold weather, and I think to some degree most Canadians are because we grow up being fucking cold all the time, you know? Like it, and all of our activities kind of center around being cold to some degree,
Yeah.
skating,
Do we need to have Zug on to talk about
hockey,
this? Because
Zamboni race,
he's from
ice
Minnesota.
sculptures, snowshoeing, etc. But as I get older, or maybe this country's making me soft, I'm not sure, like I get angry when I'm cold now, and I can't help it, and it makes me sad, you know? Like I used to have this great ability to just like be fine in cold weather. It wasn't an issue for me. But now when I get cold, I get angry, and I don't know why. And that's
But
why I
does
think
getting angry make you horny?
no, it
Oh,
doesn't. So for me, like watching somebody being cold or being cold myself is like the opposite of hot. Oh, you just see what I did there? Not intentional. But no, like that would just I would just get angry like that. And like, have you ever like, you know, you're starting to get down with this person and it's cold and like your bits are cold and like I know what happens to dudes' bits when they're cold. You know, it's not good for the dude, but it's also for the chick too. Like if your bits are cold, if you're like nude and you're cold, it's really hard to get going, you know, because
Yeah.
like you're like,
Yeah.
can we just like do it under the blankets or something? Can you start a fire, etc., etc. And it just seems like it's a lot more difficult. You know, like there's those pornos where the people are standing outside doing it and it's like obviously cold, and it's like how
Yeah. Because they're professionals.
I guess, yeah. It's like I'm not a professional, so I don't know how that would happen. But you know, to those who are professionals, like good on you. That's
Right? Like you were telling me about and you introduced me to the model show. What's the model show?
Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
extreme things that they have to do. Because
Yeah.
you look at modeling and you think, oh, look, they just have to stand there and smile at
Yeah.
the camera and look weird, right? Or wear weird shit and be really skinny. The end. Well, oh, it's so hard to be a model. And then you see the extreme shit that they have to do. Now, obviously, that's a reality show, so they make them do extra extreme
Yeah.
stuff. But it's all in service of the weird stuff that you have to do to be a model.
Yeah.
Just like the extreme conditions under which you have to have sex as a porn star.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think of that. So let's
Think
just
of the porn
salute
stars.
to the porn stars working real hard in the snow. Good job.
Making the way downtown.
Let's pick another one, shall we? Let's see. Nope. Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't get that. Oh. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Climacophilia. Climacophilia.
Climacophilia.
Yes.
It is the fetish for when you are wearing those thong sandals and you break them and the middle part between your toes comes out of the sandal.
No.
Okay. Say it again.
Climacophilia.
It is being turned on by an ER nurse who has to work an extra shift.
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Arousal 2. Falling downstairs.
What the fuck? So death arousal? Because that's like
I mean, you're
an
not
easy way to
necessarily
die.
gonna die if you fall down the stairs.
Yeah,
you're gonna
but-
get really hurt, but
Yeah, but extreme.
I don't know.
How do you feel about this one, Fist?
I don't get it, but I'm okay with that. You know?
Yeah, but that's the same answer for all of these. What's the like?
Okay. So, if I was with somebody who had this fetish, and okay, so it's arousal 2 falling downstairs. So
So they're doing the falling.
They're doing the following.
Well, how-
Falling. I don't have to fall down the stairs.
Okay.
So
Well,
you know,
Well, we're assuming Because again, there's no instructions on this, so
That's true.
maybe you
Okay,
both have
so
to fall down the
if
stairs.
dude wanted to fall down the stairs and then etc. afterwards, because he's probably wicked turned on, that's fine. I'm down with that. I'll meet you down the stairs. If he wants me to catch him, that's fine. I'll try. I'm not making any promises though. If he wants me to push him down the stairs, I probably wouldn't do that just because what if I kill you? You know? If he wanted to push me down the stairs, I don't think that that's something that I would be cool with. I don't want to get hurt. I broke my ankle once. That was lame. So I don't want that to happen again. Like, that's not going to do it for me. I could pretend to fall down the stairs, you know? Like do like a slow roll down the stairs. When I was a little kid, you guys ever have slush pants when you were kids? I don't know if that's just a Canadian thing or not. They're they're like snow pants, but like less puffy. Like they're more waterproof than they are like snowproof.
Oh, I don't think I had those now.
Okay, well, we had to have snow pants and we had to have slush pants because snow turns into slush. Anyway,
is that a happy landing?
That's funny. I used to put on slush pants, and then since they're waterproof, they're slippy, and then I used to like slide down the stairs on my butt, just like boom, 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 you know?
Yeah.
That was fun to do as a kid.
I did that in the snow pants.
Yeah, no, you gotta use slush pants. Snow pants, no good.
I don't know. See that were snow pants a different consistency besides being puffy?
They had like a floofy material inside, but snow pants were like windbreakers for your ass. Now that I think of it, I did that a lot. Like so much that my butt would get like really hot, you know, because there was like carpet on the stairs, so it'd be like the friction.
You'd have butt burn.
I would have butt burn. Like I would like feel my butt cheeks afterwards and be like, "Whoo," you know, maybe that's where this comes from.
Yeah. Now we all have a fetish.
Yes. Sure. Anyway, so if dude wants to do it himself, that's fine.
Yeah, so how's it...
I hope that he's careful, you know, because obviously, like, I care about this person. I will take dude to the hospital, you know. If he wants to go, that's fine. If dude wants to push me down the stairs, no thank you. I will pretend to fall downstairs. I will grab some slush pants and go down the stairs really quick. I have no problem sitting in a cardboard box and being pushed down the stairs. That's fun. If you don't die, you know, or like fucking Kevin McAllister's getting on his toboggan, going down the stairs. Could do that.
At that angle that does not work and still bothers me to this day.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. But yeah.
So wait, can we talk about logistics here for a moment?
Sure.
Obviously, there's the is he rolling or are you rolling or are you both rolling question. But let's say it's just him, since the way it's described, it says turned on by rolling down the stairs.
Okay.
So let's say it's just him. So how does that work? Do you have to be just like readied up at the bottom? Do you like? Is this like a we only bone on the first floor of the house kind of thing? Like, or is this like a like it's enough of a turn on that like that would last, and then is it like the sort of thing where he or you or both would want to roll down a lot over and over to get turned on, and then how do you think it works?
I don't know.
We're only guessing here, so I don't know.
We're guessing, but it's just like, okay, like if dude needs to fall down the stairs before we do anything, that's fine. Whatever. It's just like, I know some people get upset about their partners like watching porn or whatever, but like porn is a tool, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like it's either a means to an end or it's a means to, you know, a better experience shortly, you know, or together at the same time, whatever. So I don't know, like if this is what dude likes the most, like if this is how he's gonna, you know, achieve a good time, so to speak, then that's fine with me. It's no skin off my nose unless you're sucking it. Bringing it back to earlier. I don't mind, whatever. I can, if you were in a relationship with this kind of person though, I would foresee a lot of trips to the hospital. Maybe there could be like some kind of like helmet and like jumpsuit action going on. I don't know. I don't know. This is hard for
I know
me to...
the logistics part is hard. It's like
Like, it would really suck if this person, like, could not get off without falling downstairs first.
Yep.
And, like, what if you're, like, you know, at a hotel or something? It's like, I'm gonna go throw myself down the stairs real quick so we can do it.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Like, be right back. I will try not to break anything.
Yeah. Try not to take anybody down with you. Or something. I don't. Anyway, I don't know. Let's
All right,
pick
next.
another one.
Next.
Let's pick another one. Okay. Let's see. Some of these are just like not funny because they're just like, no, 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 no. These are all too like sex in front of mirrors. Like meh.
See, that's hot, but that seems like mainstream. You know?
Okay. Okay, this could be cool. No, actually, this is making sense. Okay. Actress ST. Actress Rusty. Actress
Do you want to spell it?
ACTIRASTY. It's difficult. Actirasty. Actirasty.
Okay.
Sound it out, Fist. Feist.
Feist. Yeah. So, the fetish for actors and actresses.
No.
The fetish for looking through telescopes. Okay.
Actirasty.
Actirasty.
Actirasty. Arousal to the sun's rays.
Wow. So you have to be like, there's like some meta level shit going on right there, because you have to like be out in the sun and just like
Yeah, it's like
thinking about it and like
happy jerkin fog, dude. It's like happy tanning sun guy. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay, so it's like a sunny day. You're in California. It's BlizzCon. The
That's
first
not a good
day of
example,
BlizzCon.
'cause you're just turned
It's
on all
so
the time.
Sunny. I think I'm gonna go and get turned on outside in beautiful Anaheim, California, looking at the sun, getting real happy out here, waiting to get into BlizzCon with my fellow man.
That's not a good example, because then everybody's all turned on because you're at BlizzCon.
That's true. Like,
What is the word for being turned on by being at BlizzCon? BlizzConphilia? Blizzophilia? BlizzConomicon?
Blizzbonophilia. BlizzConbonephilia.
Blizz-
BlizzConbonephilia.
You just want to say the word bone.
Blizzbone.
Blizzbone.
Bonezard. Bonezard Entertainment.
Bonezard?
Bonezard. It's like, hey, I work for Blizzard. I work for Bonezard, which
I
is
got a
the
wicked
same thing, except I
Bonezard.
say it differently because my own company arouses me. And that's why Blizzard won't hire me. Hire me. Blizzard. No, let's do this. You know, it's fine. I won't lick the orc statue. I already know that there's no chocolate inside, okay? I know this. We covered it. It's actually hollow inside. It contains the ghost of Ghost Crawler. It doesn't. It's really just hollow. What were we talking about? Right. Addicted to sunshine. So
Well, no, turned on by sunshine.
Turned on by
the rays of
sunshine.
the sun. The way that it's worded, I think, throws me a little bit.
yeah. Okay. So like you'd have to have like a sunroom in your house. You know? Or like a greenhouse or something where you could go and like get naked and just jerk off in the sun. You know?
Wait, but what if you were like part of like a nudist colony?
Sure. But what I'm thinking is you would have to use SPF 50 as lube. Would you not? Because you don't want that dick to get crispy.
Yeah, well, I don't know about as lube though, because
Like
wait, but sunscreen isn't that kind of consistency?
No, because like, you know, the sun's rays turn you on. You're gonna whip it out in the sun, so you may as well like just like lube up with some sunscreen while you're at it. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
No, it's like killing one dick with the wrong chemicals, because that is like the stuff on sunscreen, man. It's like jerking it with lotion that has aloe on it. Don't do it.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to do it if you are aroused by the sun, because otherwise you're gonna get.
No, because you're not just out in the sun all the time being
Yes, you
aroused
are.
constantly.
You're like, oh, the sun is shining. I'm gonna whip it out.
No, because
that's the
if
only
you have
thing that
the
turns me
nose
on.
sucking fetish, you're not just like walking around sucking on everybody's noses all the time.
No, but I'm saying like, if you are only aroused by the sun, you're gonna like open the
KY
blinds,
sunscreen.
you know, and like stand in the
Nice one, down
sunshine
postal.
and jerk off. And if you don't use sunscreen, if you don't protect your skin, you're gonna get skin cancer and you're gonna burn your dick to a crisp, and nobody likes a crisp dick.
A fist dick?
Crisp
Dick.
crisp dick. Nobody likes that, especially you.
It's true.
You know, crispy.
It's true.
You don't want that.
No, you definitely don't want that.
Nobody will like you if you've got a sunburned penis, especially yourself. So what I'm saying is, if you use sunscreen as lube, I'm just saying. I'm just
Profit.
trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to help me out. I don't even know.
Right. So
Let's
you
move
gotta
on.
like, you can't just go to the extreme like that again, because like
That's not extreme. That's logical.
well,
That's...
like Adam's saying in chat, just because you have a fetish doesn't mean that nothing else will turn you on.
Okay, I know that, but like, if that turns you on specifically, like if that is something that you really like to do, why not just, you know, prevent skin cancer?
This is cracking me up so much that like my face hurts, like my cheekbones hurt right now, from like the
Is that working for you?
hilarious like smirking I've been doing for 46 minutes now.
This is great. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, this is another one that's hard for me to pronounce. Great. Okay.
Hard.
Agalmatophilia. Agalmatophilia. Agalmatophilia.
It's being turned on by using old-timey phrases like gadzooks and golly.
No.
I don't know.
Arousal to statues.
Wow.
So this isn't so far away from like the people who are really turned on by like real dolls, you know, or like inanimate objects. But I would assume like it's more than likely a statue that looks somewhat like a human, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Cause like you see that like corporate art, like those statues that are stupid, like the Bean in Chicago. That's stupid. Like, what are you gonna like? You're gonna walk up to the Bean in Chicago and be like, "Fuck," you know, like you're standing there jerking off.
I mean that one wouldn't. That's actually probably not a very good example, because you can
Why?
go like up under the bean and like see your reflection in it, and like see yourself
I'm not looking at me.
at fucked up angles under the bean. Like the bean's a little more interactive than kind of most statues are. I'm thinking of like the Confederate general guy, like standing next to his horse and pointing or something, and that's like at the Veterans Memorial in
And like, and we were
Whereversville,
just talking
right?
about this with the orc statue. Like, there are some statues that you do not touch because that is disrespectful.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So that might be a little bit difficult, but you know, the average person is turned on by pretty people, but you don't like go up to a pretty person in public and like, you know, rub yourself on them, hopefully, you know.
I mean, some
That's
people
like-
do.
Just because it's a turn on, you have to jerk off to it. Yes, Pat.
Yeah,
That's
duh.
how the world works. I don't. Maybe that's
Look, we don't make the rules,
an
Pat.
issue that you have. You know, maybe it's time that you learned. I'm sad that I'm the one that's
mean,
gonna have to tell you this.
We don't make the rules, man. All right.
That's like the time my mom had to ask me what Morningwood was. She's like, "Oh, that sounds like a nice place." I'm like,
It's like a retirement home.
Yeah, no, mama, no, you know? I'm sorry, Pat. When something turns you on, you jerk off, you're happy. You know what I like best about streaming? People can see me shrug, because I do that a lot.
Yeah.
On podcasts, I say something, and then I'm like, but nobody can see that, so, I just edit it out, and then it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do. Statues.
Yeah. So how does that work?
So, I don't know. Like, you see a statue and you're like, "It's a fine looking statue," and then you jerk off. You know?
Well, do you think it? Like,
I know Pat doesn't get that.
Do you think it needs to be we're guessing again, but do you think it has to be like a human-shaped statue?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that it is a statue. Like maybe it doesn't have to be anything in particular, but just like statues are hot, not people who are statues.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the thing that it is hot.
That there is this hard surface that has been shaped into an image that I recognize of some sort.
Yeah. And like, does that count for like, like you go to like a little kid's park and hopefully there's no little kids around, but like there's like a giant bunny or a bee or something, and you're just like,
well, here, Acid Tears in chat says maybe it's the artistry that goes into the statue making that makes it attractive. So that I can kind of, I'm being unfair here because that likens it to something that makes more sense to me, whereas this doesn't need to make sense at all. It's a fetish. Right?
Exactly.
So,
fetishes do not have to make sense. Sometimes they are born of life experiences. Sometimes it's just the way you are inside. Sometimes it's just the way you're born. You're predisposed to find this certain thing attractive, and that's okay.
Who knows where fetishes come from? They just appear.
It doesn't matter where they come from. The only thing that matters with a fetish is that you are not hurting yourself and you're not hurting others or animals,
Unless that's part of the fetish and you're both into it.
Yes, unless there's two consenting people or, Anyway, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter that it's a part of you. It doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to define a relationship. It can just be a part of one. It is what you make of it, But the most important part about having a fetish is that it's fun for you and that it works and that you embrace it. So, that's what we're saying here. I've watched this like really short documentary about this woman who was it's not so much like a fetish, but she was in love with an old rusty carnival ride, at an abandoned carnival. She was in love with it. Like she'd go and see it every day, and like it was insane because like you could see the love in her eyes, like she was talking about a person, like she was talking about a husband or a partner or whatever. And she'd just go and she'd like lay next to this thing in the rain, and caress it and touch it and stuff. And like, even if you don't understand how she could feel that way, if you just take a moment to just like look at her and listen to the things she's saying and like look at the way she looks at this giant rusty carnival ride, like she's not hurting anybody. She's not hurting anyone, she's just being herself and being in love, and that's fine and that's great, and that's what makes the world so awesome. Everybody's different. So I think that's cool. And if you have a thing for statues, then go ahead.
I just like some of these, it just like it drives me a little crazy that we don't have the logistics behind it, because some of them are so interesting, and some of them I venture to say that a few of these we've gotten completely wrong, that like
absolutely.
We don't get what they're actually like. It's the statue fetish, but like maybe the whole thing is not about it. Maybe the whole thing is about not being able to touch it or something. I mean, I don't know, like there might just be stuff that we just don't know.
And the other thing is like, just because this is a defined fetish doesn't mean that there's like a linear path that this person has to follow. It could just be like, I really like statues, but they have to be marble statues and they have to be shaped like mice, like, I don't know. Anyway, we have time for one more, and I think this one's very interesting.
Okay.
It's called lithophilia. Lithophila.
Oh, okay. So it's like being really attracted to very old photography.
No.
It's being attracted to really skinny, stringy things.
No.
Okay. What is it?
It is a route. It might be a little of the same, but not really. Arousal to stone and gravel.
What's the word again?
Lithophilia. Very easy to say, thankfully.
Okay. Stone and gravel.
Gravel.
So that's very naturey, right?
Did anybody grow up with a driveway at their house that was made of gravel? Mine was. Everybody else had asphalt. Mine was gravel. So like if you needed to run down the driveway and you're like with no shoes on, it really fucking hurt. Like it was, gravel. But yeah, so like what? You'd go to like a quarry to jerk off?
I had a friend whose father owned like a contracting business, and their entire backyard, they had a large plot of land, and they had a mini quarry there, and they actually, what do you call it? What do you do in a quarry? They dug rocks up.
Jerk off.
Yes, exactly. So
you jerk off
they had
the earth.
Giant piles up in
gravel.
the front where they would sell off these pieces or demonstrate, or at least have the piles to demonstrate, different materials for the people who they're gonna do building for. So that would be like a dream for this person.
And like maybe people who grow up around gravel, live in a quarry growing up, maybe. Because like sometimes, like I said, like fetishes come about from like sexy things that happen in your past, or like things that you see that you like, or things that happen that you liked when you're like a little kid, and it just sort of like gets embedded somewhere in your psyche and then comes out later in life as a fetish. Like that stuff happens too. But I don't know.
Tootsie's killing it with the rock jokes. That would make me hard as a rock. Whatever it takes to get your rocks off, man.
That's pretty good. But yeah, so you could just, go to my old driveway and jerk off, or, if you're Pat Crane, like, don't jerk off on the gravel for some reason, even though it turns you on.
Well,
fine,
and like some of these, I'm betting because of things I've learned about other fetishes that I can't think of a good example right now, unfortunately, but like some of them are like, we're only getting the one piece, right? We know that there's gravel and there's stone involved, but it might be that the real turn on is like running your hands over gravel, or
touching it,
or running your feet back and forth and feeling gravel under your shoes or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know,
grabbing big fistfuls and just dropping it.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid. Yeah.
It might be the gravel makes a very specific sound when you're driving over it. Like that's
being covered in rocks. I don't know. Anyway, we have to go. But this has been fun, you guys. I love discussions like these.
Yeah.
You guys are the funniest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. Never stop. The jokes tonight have been mint. Thank you very much. Azeroth Roundtable is starting up very shortly, and our very dear friend of ours is guesting on that show tonight. That's Mewcow. He's amazing. You definitely want to hear what he has to say. So we should definitely raid them, I think.
I think we absolutely should. And I think that we should absolutely say happy jerkin' fog, dude.
Yes, happy jerking fog, dude. Happy jerking fog,
I typed
dude. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, but guys, thank you so much. The Lacking Balls podcast, which is about Blizzard games, not fetishes, is coming out this weekend. So make sure to look for that. Our last episode featured an actual real Blizzard person, James Ridgers, on the show, like talking about what it's like to work at Blizzard. So check that out if you haven't checked that out already. And let's head over to Azeroth Roundtable. Thanks for watching, guys. We love you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for coming. And now here we go with the raid, and I still don't understand how long it takes to do this. So
you guys just watching us?
Here we go with the raid thing that's happening, and there's a countdown on my screen, but there's no numbers. It's just a bar that's shrinking.
1, 2,
and I can't
9, 4.
I have a fetish for bars that are shrinking ever so slowly.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna figure it takes us over when it also, because it transitions my screen over as well. So we'll see.
I don't know how the internet works.
See you over there.
There we go. can't hear my computer.